What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Advice. I'm back. It's been a few weeks since I posted anything, so I hope y'all aren't mad at me. Hope you didn't miss me too much. But we're here, we're in gear, we're ready to rock. Grab your popcorn, let's get it. Okay, no surprises here. First battle, we got the Vancouver regional winning team, piloted by Sempra, built by Nick Navarre, copied by everyone else. This team is all over the place. I usually just Dragon Dance turn 1 and threaten the fake out, and I'll go Arcanine because it's pretty good against the whole team, and Lloyd Banks is really good against the Great Tusk and the Dragonite. So here's the thing, is that I threaten the fake out turn 1, and if they do use the Terra Ghost on Lilligant to prevent it from getting faked out, then that means that they're not going Terra Fire Torkoal, so I don't gotta worry about overpowered eruption spam. So this team is just, it's all you play lately. Like, I've played probably 15 games of Showdown this month. Haven't played any. This is the first one I've played on cart, but it's like every Showdown game is just either this team or the team that Cybertron took to the regional. It's like, or Wolf's Parish Trap team. Those like the only three things you see on Showdown. I'm just kind of bored of it, honestly. Like, really wish the community wasn't so brain dead. There's like, you know, obviously some people who make their own teams, but for the most part, it's just people scouring the tournaments and seeing what sets won the tournament or did really well in the tournament, copying that and making, you know, put it on their team. So I don't know. I'm just bored of Pokemon, but I'm good at it, so I'm gonna keep playing, keep posting for y'all, and I'm gonna keep using my own creative, unique teams. And I mean, can't control what other people do. You just gotta do you, right? So good luck, have fun to Zooey. Okay, we're at the beach. It's Lilligant Torkoal. Little fun day Sunday. Okay, so they got Super Speed Lilligant and potentially Big Eruption Torkoal. I just want to Dragon Dance though. I'm threatening the fake out on Lilligant. They'll probably just double protect here or use their Terra to get off a Sleep Powder is my guess. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go Dragon Dance because with the plus speed from the Dragon Dance as well as the Photosynthesis, I will outspeed the Lilligant. Now one thing to take note of here is because Torkoal set up the sun, I didn't get my booster energy, so Acrobatics is not double powered. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, we do see the Terra Ghost Lilligant, so they're not going to get faked out. They're probably going to hit me with a Sleep Powder here, but nothing you can do about that, honestly. Yeah, protect Torkoal. I'm going to whiff this fake out into a Ghost type Lilligant. And they're going to whiff a Sleep Powder into my Roaring Moon. Let's go. Agency Dodge. Get off a Dragon Dance. Feels good. Even if they hit that Sleep Powder, I could have just woken up next turn in their face. So I'm going to protect Roaring Moon now on their second Sleep Powder, and I'm just going to Fire Punch Lilligant. Fire Punch will do the same amount of damage as Thunder Punch because the sunlight is like making it stab. And it gives me a chance for a burn, so if I can bring them all the way down to their Focus Sash, the burn can finish them off, and if they switch in like Great Tusk or King Gambit, the chance to burn that'll be nice too. They don't switch though. We get off a Protect. They do try to cheese another Sleep Powder into that slot. Because they have the Focus Sash, they would have got it. So Fire Punch wasn't enough to KO or get a burn, but they just go for Flamethrower, which doesn't do very much damage. So I could Acrobatics as Lilligant, but the only reason I do that is to predict a switch in for the Great Tusk on the Throat Chop. I don't know, I think I'd rather just Throat Chop. And I'm going to go for a Drain Punch into Torkoal, just chip it down a little bit, maybe catch a King Gambit in. It's a funny looking Torkoal. Looks a little pale. I think shiny Torkoal looks bad, honestly. Okay, they do switch out their Torkoal, but unless they protect Lilligant, she's gonna give me that throat until she passes out. Great Tusk comes in. Throat. I'll just take the throat. You can take off. Peace. So that's their speed control gone. Nice to see that. We get a thick drain punch into this Great Tusk. That should put it into range for the +1 acrobatics, even if I don't have the booster energy boost from it. The double base power for not having an item. Flutter Mane comes in, so they got Torkoal in the back, they got Flutter Mane and Great Tusk we gotta get through. We still have all 4 of our Pokemon. I think Great Tusk is the one I want to get rid of the most. It threatens the most damage on Arcanine and Corviknight as well, so I think it makes sense for me to KO Great Tusk. It's just, who do I use my Terra on? I could Terra Iron Hands to survive a fairy type attack, but I think it's more important to keep Roaring Moon alive, just in case they protect Great Tusk here. Yeah, because if they protect Great Tusk, Dazzling Gleam would have taken out Roaring Moon and I'd been in trouble, but going Terra Flying will ensure that we survive this turn unless they predict and go for the Power Gem. But that's fine. They don't protect, so Stab Acrobatics is enough to take out Great Tusk even without the double base power. And Choice Specs Dazzling Gleam with the Photosynthesis boost is enough to take out Iron Mike, but that's alright. Iron Mike did good, did well, did great. I think I bring an Arcanine here. They're locked into Dazzling Gleam, but Torkoal could be an issue for Corviknight, so I'd like to get rid of Torkoal before Corviknight comes in. Let's see how much sun they have left. One more turn of Sunlight, so I'm just going to protect here. And that'll make sure that I get the double base power from the acrobatics. And I'll just Snarl. Once the sun goes down, they're not doing very much damage anymore with Torkoal, especially after a Snarl. This Dazzling Gleam probably does like 20-25% to Arcanine. A little more, but I mean, that's Choice Specs +1 basically, so they're gonna get a heavy reduction of damage. Big Earth Power, so good call there. I mean, I guess it wasn't a call because Dazzling Gleam would have finished off a Roaring Moon. But we get our Citrus Berry, the sun's gone, so they lose their Photosynthesis boost on Flutter Mane. We get our booster energy back. We're already +1 speed anyways, so I can just Acrobatics Flutter Mane and just Snarl again. Yeah, that's it for you. Good game, boy. Or girl. I don't know, this community is full of dudes pretending to be girls. Weird. Okay, game 2, we got Zeph playing Cybertron's tournament team from Vancouver, so I mean, against my team, I feel like he thinks that Baxcalibur is really good. It's a Terra Ground, Assault Vest, Baxcalibur. I think Iron Mike is my best answer into Baxcalibur, but being that it has Terra Ground, that makes it a little tougher, so I think what I want to do is I like Arcanine Umbreon lead. G-Ammo and Chip can just kind of pester their entire team. And then in the back, I'm gonna bring Lloyd Banks. We'll just go all 3 of our support Pokemon and then Slifer. Got my guide card ready to go once I've chipped everything down and weakened everything up. So I think my main priority having Slifer in the back is to get rid of Baxcalibur. But I'm just going Arcanine Umbreon because it's good into pretty much everything they've got. With the great Tusk lead, I can then switch into Corviknight to slow them down and waste out their Tailwind. So we'll see what they do. We'll see what they go with. Okay, so they're just going for Tailwind and Choice Specs damage with Flutter main. Now, I do want to get rid of this Flutter main. Talonflame really isn't a problem. I believe it only has Brave Bird, no fire move, so Corviknight can handle it really well. I want to go Flare Blitz into the Flutter main. I know it's a bulky Flutter main is the problem. So it might be worth it to double in with Foul Play, but I just want to chip this Talonflame down a little bit. Yeah, they go for Tailwind. They just go for the Gleam, so we're going to take that with both Pokemon. I definitely should have doubled in with Foul Play, but you know what? We get the burn, which is great. And keeping Flutter main on the field is also fine with me. Nice to get that chip into Talonflame. Now that I'm thinking about it, you know, they would have just got a free switch in to like Great Tusk if I doubled into the Flutter main. So just putting them in range of that burn is beautiful. I think it's a good time to switch out of Umbreon. I'll just Flare Blitz the Talonflame and switch into Corviknight because they're locked into Dazzling Gleam. So we should take this pretty well. And hopefully a Flare Blitz can put Talonflame into extreme speed range. Okay. They knock us down to our Citrus Berry. I want to say we're going to be fine after the Dazzling Gleam. And the Flare Blitz recoil. Yeah, that looks like we'll still survive that. Perfect. Beautiful. So, Flutter main's going to burn to death. Well deserved. Goodbye. Great playing with you. Now who do they bring in? Even if they hadn't burned to death, they would have just been sitting there Dazzling Gleaming my Corviknight. Okay, this is great. So I haven't showed extreme speed yet, so they probably won't expect it. I'm gonna extreme speed and just go for a bulk up. They're probably gonna try to Ice Shard my Arcanine here. This AV Baxcalibur was using Ice Shard on Aaron's team. Yep. Ice Shard does take out Arcanine. Too little, too late. And we're bulked up now. Come on, good stuff. I think I just bring in Umbreon, stall out the Tailwind. Try to get some damage on Baxcalibur before Slifer comes in. So I'm going to try to go for a Foul Play into Baxcalibur, and I'll just bulk up again with Corviknight. This should be their last turn of Tailwind. Okay, they just take out Chip with the close combat, but now their defenses are dropped permanently. And we take Icicle Crash pretty well, and we don't flinch. So now we're +2/+2. Okay, so this is going to be a tricky end game because Baxcalibur is really threatening for Roaring Moon. Let's think about what I do here. I still have my Terra available. I think I'm just going to go for the... Part of me wants to just protect and roost, but I think it's so obvious that I'm just going to go for an Acrobatics into Great Tusk, try to bring it down to its Sash. And I will go for that roost now. If I can get +2/+2 Lloyd Banks to full health, it's going to make it really hard for them to deal with Lloyd Banks while they're trying to deal with Slifer as well, so. Now our Acrobatics is Stab. Should bring them all the way down to Focus Sash. And they go for close combat, so that probably would have picked up without the Terra, but because we Terra defensively, it works out well. And they go for the Icicle Crash, not the double up, they go into Corv. We get off the Roost, no flinch. So it's going to make it really hard for them to break through Corv now. Let's see. I think we take 1 Ice Shard. I know we take 1 Ice Shard. I don't think we take 2. The Protect on Tusk is pretty obvious here, so I'm just going to go for Protect with Roaring Moon, and I'll just Brave Bird. I just don't want to take a lot of recoil attacking into Baxcalibur. So this covers for their Protect that comes out here. And if they hadn't Protect, we would have picked up the KO. Yep. So, even if they get the double Protect here, what I can do to cover for the double Protect is I can just go for another bulk up while they're attacking my Roaring Moon. And that'll make Corviknight basically impossible to break through. Yeah, battle was canceled. GG. Yeah, Corviknight is just such a good Pokemon. Shout out to Lloyd Banks. Alright, game 3, we got an absolute breath of fresh air. Thank you, Satan. I mean, I'm looking through this team, and besides Tinkaton, who I don't really care about, these are all channel favorites. This team is dope. Okay, so I gotta figure out what it looks like he's trying to do. It looks like he's trying to lose to Iron Mike. Arcanine's really good against that Tinkaton. Usually they lead Tinkaton for the fake out. I like Lloyd Banks as a switch in for the Garchomp since I'm leading Arcanine. And I'm gonna bring Chip. Chip's my boy. Chip's coming. We can do without Slifer in this one. Slifer is really good into this team, don't get me wrong. It's good into the Ceruledge. It's good into the Tauros. It's good into the Garchomp, but I'm bringing my boys. I don't really care anymore. Like, I'm just trying to spice up this Pokemon thing for myself, and it's just fun for me bringing Umbreon, Arcanine, Corviknight, and beating these teams. Like, you know, I have powerful Pokemon in the squad. I don't need to use them. I play with my heart. I play with my heart, dog. These are my boys. Going to war for me. Good luck, have fun. Satan. Okay, Satan. So they do lead Tinkaton like we thought. Now, Flare Blitz is the only thing that I really have to break through Tinkaton, and being that they could just fake out my Arcanine and Hydro Pump it, it would probably cost me the game. I think I want to play this one slowly, so I'm going to go Thunder Punch into Bundle. Basically, I'm calling the fake out Hydro Pump into Arcanine. I want to switch Arcanine out into Chip. Chip can take all that. Hydro Pump shouldn't do much more than 30%. They switch out Bundle, so. Into Tauros. Oh, this is nice. They were going for the Intimidate, but we're going to catch Tauros with at least 50 to 60% with this Intimidated Thunder Punch. This is big. That boy chipping. Oh, Tinkaton's switching out too, so it's basically just a free Thunder Punch. Oh, Ceruledge comes in. You're gonna just serve up your Ceruledge for me? Boom. Tauros takes a huge hit. -1 nothing. I think I just Thunder Punch again. And they got a fighting type here, so they probably want to try to close combat chip. I'm just going to Terra Poison and get this big juicy foul play off into Ceruledge. If they're heavily attack invested, this will pick up the Oko. Yep. Negligible damage on the close combat. Terra Poison coming in clutch. Okay, looks like they're doubling in with the Bitter Blade, but we take that. Life Orb. That was Life Orb. Banged on him. Get dunked on. Ja Morant in the paint. Boom. And down goes another one. Thunder Punch cleaned up. Bow. Bow. I swear that boy Chip's so nasty. He's such a creature. Come to the funeral, kill everybody but the preacher. I told him chill out, but he just bring the death. He at the funeral like, I had to do it, Rev. So I'm gonna reposition my Iron Mike and get rid of these Intimidate drops. And get Arcanine back on the field. Positioned in front of this Tinkaton to take it out. And I'll just go for a Snarl. Umbreon has done his job. Big chip in the paint. Cleaning up the Ceruledge. Intimidate won't affect Tinkaton because its own tempo ability, but we will at least be threatening with a Flare Blitz, so we can try to make them use their Terra before we bring in Iron Mike or Corviknight. Decide on who we bring in. Okay, let's go for the Freeze Dry. Doesn't take us out. They double in with knockoff, so at least we get an Arcanine for free. Big G ammo on the field, ready to take some names. It only took them 4 hits to KO my Umbreon. One of those a Life Orb Bitter Blade, no biggie. Now, Corviknight seems pretty free, but I'm still thinking about that Hatterene last episode that got us with that Terra Fire, Mystical Fire, so Lloyd Banks said he's just chilling back there. Having Fake Out active will be nice here. And I didn't use it turn 1, so they might not think that I have it. They might leave themselves vulnerable to a Fake Out double up. So I'm going to go for the Flare Blitz into Tinkaton, and I'll just Fake Out Tinkaton, because Iron Bundle is going to protect here. That's what they always do. They always protect the Iron Bundle on the Fake Out. Or it's Terra Ghost, either way. Yeah, nope. Terra Fairy Tinkaton, very cool. Okay, they do protect the bundle, so we call that. Easy dubs, easy reads. Boom. Okay, Flare Blitz is enough that it's going to be a 2-hit KO, and we are faster. Just going to Flare Blitz again. They have to hit us with a Hydro Pump. I'm going to Thunder Punch Iron Bundle. Encore. So this is the Freeze Dry Icy Wind Encore bundle. That means that their Tauros was the only way to hit G ammo. So something to think about is if you're playing and you know that your opponent has a Pokemon that you only have one Pokemon you can hit it with, it's worth preserving that Pokemon. So like on the turn they went for that close combat with their Tauros onto my Umbreon. They should have just switched out Tauros and played it a little slower, knowing I had Arcanine. But yeah, now I just Flare Blitz Iron Bundle and swap into Corviknight to reset the Encore. Battle was canceled. GG. So we start off the season with 3 dubs. That's how you play it. That was a really cool team. I do respect Satan for using that one. We're 1 win away from making it to Master Ball, so we'll do that for the next episode. And appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.